Welcome to the Top 1% Recruiters. I'm Alex Rojas, your talent advisor and host. And in today's episode, we are going to stretch your intellectual capacity. We're going to expand that business IQ because you're going to grow by leaps and bounds by the time you finish watching this episode, because you are more than just a recruiter. That's right. We're going to walk you through as a recruiter how you must have a CEO mindset. And the reason why you have to have a CEO mindset is because you are essentially running a business. You're not running a recruiter's desk. You're not a recruiter with just some glorified job title who makes hires and earns commissions. You are so much more than that. As business owners of your domain, you are an entrepreneur, and there are a level of responsibilities that we as recruiters have on a day-to-day basis. And we're going to translate that over into a CEO mindset, because as a CEO, there are 5 key areas that any CEO is responsible within the business that they run. And it doesn't matter if it's a small business, a multi-million or multi-billion-dollar company. Every CEO is going to be responsible for 5 key areas within a business. That's going to be sales, it's going to be marketing, accounting, management, and human resources kind of / executive leadership. So we're going to dig into that here today. We're going to unravel really what it looks like to have a CEO mindset when it comes to recruiting. One of the most key core functions in any business is going to be marketing and advertising. And again, you as a recruiter are the CEO. You have to have a CEO mindset, because we do more than just recruiting. And we're going to lay this out for you. We're going to lay this foundation of all of these elements of what you do, because we do an immense amount of work out there. And so it's really important to understand maybe where your strengths and where your limitations are. So as I go through the marketing and advertisement function of a business entity of your recruiter's desk, just kind of assess, hey, where am I in this? I'm pretty good. I'm excelling in this area. Not really doing too well in this area. And so just kind of self-assess as we go through this. So when it comes to marketing, and from a general context standpoint, that's something that you've been doing even before you got the job or the role, the position that you're in right now. And so ultimately, you had to market yourself, your core competencies, your capabilities, your experiences, your background. Ultimately, that landed you the position that you're in right now, working at the company or servicing the client that you're currently at. And so you had to translate that and evolve a little bit more, because you had to learn how to market the company, the brand, the opportunity, the positions that you're looking at, the benefits, the culture. And so that's a big marketing component to it. And so you can expand marketing a little bit further, and you can look at maybe some marketing campaigns, some marketing collateral that you're going to be putting together to do some target outreach messaging. You're going to be attending events. So there's a lot of networking opportunities, whether it's going to job fairs, shaking hands with candidates, attending trade shows and taking a look and seeing what the competition has, and really being thrusted into an environment where marketing the company, your role as an ambassador for the company, becomes so important. And obviously there are so many social and networking opportunities that take place as well. Another facet here is going to be the advertising piece of this marketing department, if you will. And so the advertising piece, I mean, it's been around forever when you think about it. And so a lot of times as recruiters, we forget that this is a big part of what we do. And the reason why that's the case is because we actually have to really be the quality control sheriff of when it comes to the integrity of our job descriptions. We're posting them internally on our career site, so it's being presented out to our talent community that we're out there for. And then we're going to go ahead and post positions externally using external challenges like the job boards and the social media outlets that are out there. And so that advertising becomes pretty intensive. I mean, there's going to be times as recruiters where you almost have to become a graphic artist, a designer. Maybe you're doing a little bit of web design, a little HTML, a little, photoshopping. And so a lot of times we're put into that type of situation because we're trying to put out a good marketing and advertising message to the talent that we're trying to attract. Also within this marketing department, you want to look at market research, and researching is a big piece of what we do as recruiters. And it's important because now you're doing competitive analysis, you're targeting companies, you're looking at supply and demand data, you're doing market mapping. A lot of times you're even looking at the tools and the technology that's out there, and what are you going to bring in and what are you going to adopt? Or maybe you've invested in some of the tools out there, and you're gonna have to research a lot of these things in order to really become fully operable when it comes to that. And then finally, within this marketing advertising department, and this kind of just streamlines along with everything, is content creation. You are a content creator as well. Yeah, add that to the list on that front, because we are constantly looking at the words and the descriptions and the art of persuasion that we're using whenever we're crafting email messages or in mailbox messages, or we're leaving a voicemail, or we're putting together a marketing campaign, putting together marketing collateral materials. It becomes pretty intensive. There are really, when you think about it, there are professions in these 4 areas: marketing, advertising, research, and content creation. Those 4 positions, those 4 groups alone are job titles. People make a living from doing that. And we as a recruiter are responsible for managing this ecosystem within the marketing and advertising department, because it's all about the branding and it's all about the positioning. And as a recruiter, the quicker that you understand as a CEO that this is the mindset that you have, that you value the importance behind that. And if you do it at a top 1% level, you will truly excel within marketing and advertising.